Hey guys, welcome back. This is Razer, and we're playing some more Equivalent Exchange. Since the last episode, I've been hanging out here just waiting around to get some more red matter, and this thing is cruising right along, but as you can see in my inventory there, I've already pretty much collected all of it. We're up to 38 red matter. Awesome. I was probably AFK for at least an hour, maybe more. Probably a couple of hours worth of just sitting around. But that won't go very far. It looks like a lot, but so there's a few things I'd like to get to. One thing that I'd like to try out is this this watch of flowing time, and I've played around with it just a little bit, but it looks pretty cool. It's supposed to basically change time, let you control time. But in addition to that, if you place it on one of those pedestals, it will speed up your machines, which means it'll speed up your collectors and so forth. So I've read in the wiki that if you create up to 32 of those, it'll create a 10x increase in speed. So I'm thinking maybe we should create a bunch of those and see how fast we can get this red matter production up. The other thing I like to do is create another Klein star, and I'm going to do that right now, and I think I want to actually change out one of these condensers and convert it over to just a regular collector and put a Klein star in it, because we're going to start needing to just collect a bunch of EMC, and at this point it's starting to become impractical to store up EMC in red matter. I mean, it's not impractical totally, but we might as well store it in a Klein star. But we need a Klein star that's much bigger than this tray. So let's go over here and see if we can create probably the next to get the next tier up. We're gonna need 4 more of these trays. I don't want to get rid of this one. I just want to add a new Klein star. So I'm thinking what I'll do is just get 4 more trays and then upgrade that one. So let's see how many that's going to take. I mean, these things are really pricey, so it's going to take some red matter to do it. So there's 2, 3, 4. Okay, so not too bad. And I guess I just went back in my inventory. Yeah. Okay, so 4 of these trays, and we get the veer. And the veer, if we look at the Klein stars, the veer is right here. It's still the 3rd one back from the highest. So what does it hold? Oh, it costs 1.5. I'm not sure how much it holds. We'll find out shortly. So that's that, and we still have our dray. So the dray I'll use just as general purpose, like I've been doing. And then what I want to do is convert this. For now, I'll probably just convert this first condenser here over. And it's just about a really good time to do it because it's just starting on a new cycle. Let's grab something that's a little lower end so we can control it just a little bit better while it's we don't want to wait for this red matter to get through, and we don't want to waste the EMC that's in there. So we'll put a diamond in there, and then we can stop this right there. So now we've only got 21 actually held in there, and so when we break this down, we'll only lose that 21 EMC. and you notice things are jumping right into my inventory because I have the black hole band right here on my hotbar, so that's nice. I don't have to try to dig around and get it out of there. So we need another collector to go in that slot. So let's get that going. There we go. And I guess we really don't need the condenser at this point. And I'll put the rest of that in my Klein star. I could have put those diamonds in too. So, oh, well, that was a good. If you click on those relays, you can see that they're charging up right now, which is not what we want. So we want to put that sucker right there. And then by default, it will not accept any kind of a charge since it's not a relay. But if you put a Klein star in, it will. So now it's absorbing all the energy from those neighboring relays. So this was the other method I was talking about way back in one of the earlier episodes. How you could put a collector there instead of a condenser. And if we break this one, we'll see that these are now emptying out into the collector. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do, was just have a bigger Klein star in these guys. I may end up going around and doing it to all of them as soon as we can afford some more Klein stars. Because it's easier to sit there and let it build up in the Klein star than use it, to me. Plus it gives us one extra collector. That's the other advantage to that. And I kind of wanted to show you here, if you hover over this Klein star, you'll see the EMC value is of course growing at the bottom. But if you look at the upper right where it says 966, 965, that's actually counting down, and the number that's 27560, that's the item number for the Klein star and the table of all items in Minecraft. And after the colon, that is what's called the damage value. And most items have a damage value. For a sword, for instance, it would be a real damage value that would go down to 0, and then the sword would go away. But for a Klein star, they use that value to, it looks like, to represent whatever amount is stored in the Klein star. So it's kind of weird. It goes backwards. So I guess when it reaches 0, it'll be full. So that's another way you can tell how quick it's filling up, in other words. So it's got to count down all the way to 0 before this one's full. So just a little side note there. So anyway, as you can see, it's counting down fairly slow. And I think we need to try those watch of flowing times and see if we can really increase this. So to do that, let's see what it was going to take. So it's going to take a regular clock and then some glowstone, obsidian, and dark matter. Okay, so regular clock, of course. Well, let's start out by creating one of these, and then I'll create some more in just a minute. So let's create that first. I don't know, maybe we can teach the tablet the clock. So let's see if we can get some gold some way. Probably from a diamond, maybe. Yeah, 1, 2, 4. And then we need the redstone, which is a fuel. And this is probably going to be the lowest fuel we have, maybe. Nope. There we go. I just had to get it into fuel mode. So now we've got some redstone there. And I just need one for now. Actually, let me grab a couple of them that we can target it later. Oh, there's even more. So, okay, let's, oops. The clock built, and let's see if we can teach that to the tablet. Hey, we can, look at that. It's worth just about a diamond's worth of EMC, which makes sense because 4 gold basically is a diamond. So there's the clock, and we needed some obsidian, and what was it? 2 obsidian, 4 dark matter, 2 glowstone. Okay. So let's get the dark matter first. 4. There's a glowstone, 2 glowstone. And the obsidian. Let's see. No, that wasn't a good choice actually. This guy. Maybe silver. Yeah, there's 1, 2 obsidian. Okay. Oops. Okay, so the clock and glowstone, obsidian. And there we go. Watch a flowing time. And let's see if this will work. I highly doubt it. Nope. So basically, let's go outside and take a look at how the behavior of the watch a flowing time works while you're holding it in your hand or in your inventory. Its only function, as far as I can tell, is to change the time of day. So if we charge this thing up, let's just charge it up all the way, activate it with the G key, then I believe it's the C key. Yeah, the C key, as you can tell, is increasing the time of day. If I press C again, it makes the time go backwards. And if I hit it again, it turns it off. So I'm really not sure of the point of that. I guess maybe there's some value to that somehow, but in Minecraft I really don't see the point of doing that. But the real power of this is placing this thing on a pedestal, to me anyway. So we haven't built a pedestal yet, so let's do that. Let's see. Incidentally, if you are standing near a machine, I think you have to be within 9 blocks, something like that, while this is activated. It does speed it up. So we look here and try to get an idea of just kind of how fast it's going. Probably clicking off 1,000 per second maybe. So let's turn this off. Yeah, you can see that it's slowed down just under 1,000 per second now. I think it has a if I remember right, it's a 7% increase. Actually, I think while you're holding it in your hand, if it's charged all the way up, it's supposed to be I think a 30% increase. So I think with the charge levels, it's 30, 20, 10. Well, I don't know, because it's got 4 different, 1, 2, 3, 4 different charge levels. So on the wiki, it only showed a 10, 20, and 30% increase in your machine speeds. But I don't want to have to stand here and increase all these machine speeds by holding it. So the other way is to put it on a pedestal. And the pedestal is right here, 4 dark matter blocks. And for red matter. I mean, sorry, 5 dark matter blocks. So remember right, dark matter block is just created with 4 dark matter, but it also gives you 4 dark matter blocks. So don't know if I've trained the tablet dark matter blocks, or even if you can. So let's see if we can get our hands on some of that. Yeah, there's a dark matter block. Okay, so let's see. Well, 4. Okay, there's 5, and then of course our red matter. So that should do that. And 4 red matter, and there's our pedestal. So if we place the pedestal, I was thinking about just putting all these pedestals over here, because I'm going to end up with quite a few of them. Placing a watch of flowing time on a pedestal, and the way you do it is you just place the pedestal down, then you I believe you have to shift click. I mean, yeah, shift, sneak. No, actually sneak opens the pedestal's interface, and then you put the watch of flowing time on the pedestal. And it doesn't have to be charged up, I figured out, and it also doesn't have to be activated. It just works when you put it in the pedestal automatically. So there it sits on the pedestal, and the pedestal, when it's sitting on the pedestal, it has no limit to the range. So you can place this anywhere, I guess theoretically, in the world, and it will affect all machines equally. And when it's on a pedestal, it only provides a 7% increase in the speed of the machines. So it takes quite a few of those to actually increase the machines up fast enough to be noticeable. And they do stack, so this would be 7%, the next one would be 7% of 107%, and so forth and so forth, and then it goes exponential. And so if once you get up to around 32 of those, you're at like 10x speed increase. So quite a bit of speed increase. There's just no way for us to notice with just one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and create 10 of those, or not 10 of them. Well, I'll try to create as many as I can, really. And I'll probably do that. Let me just do that off camera real quick, so you've seen how to create one of them, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these guys built. A little less than what I thought. Quite expensive. But let's what I want to do is, before I activate these guys, to activate them you just right click on the pedestal like that. But before I do that, I wanted to go try to get an estimate as to how fast. Well, first of all, I know that we can't get a good estimate with the red matter, so let's see if I can get, now let's get a diamond. It's pretty easy. I like to try to get a feel for how fast this is going to make it. So let's try to pull that one out right at the first. I guess it really doesn't matter. Actually, let's don't pull it out, because I don't want anything to build up in those relays. Okay, so we got diamonds going in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Around 10 seconds, which is what I kind of figured out before. And to create 1 diamond. So if we activate these things, if my calculations are right, this 7 of them only gives us about 60% increase, I think. So I'm going to activate all these guys. And let's see what that's done. Oops, where did we put it? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 seconds or so. You can definitely tell it's faster. So we'll keep adding those as we have enough red matter to do so, and it won't take us long to get up to the point where it really would be nice to get up to where we can do like a 10x increase in our speed of these guys. We've got some expensive items coming up besides those things themselves. I wanted to we still need to upgrade our Klein stars, because after we get our red matter armor, which is fairly expensive by itself, the ultimate goal is to get up to the infernal armor, and the infernal armor, as I may have already shown, is very expensive. The Omega, it requires a full Omega, not just the Omega itself. So, and I can't even remember how much that thing holds. So, we need to upgrade all the way up to the Omega, and then get them all full before we can get that armor. But once we do, basically you get the advantage of some of these rings built right into the armor. Let's see what else. Let's see, where is that? What is it called? Oops. Oh. I guess the infernal armor is actually just the chest plate. So, the abyss helmet, gravity greaves, and the hurricane boots. So that kind of gives you an indication of what those do. I guess this one helps keep you alive. Maybe gives you the lava protection. I actually haven't read on the wiki what these exactly do. The abyss helmet has to do with your food and water, so I'm assuming that probably allows you to swim underwater without taking damage. Let's see, watch a flowing time, huh? And gem of internal density, so that thing is all about time and energy compression and so forth, I'm assuming. And then the hurricane boots, ooh, 2 swift wolves. I'm assuming it uses up the rings whenever you create these guys too. I'm not sure. I guess this really helps you become Superman. I don't know. I've required 2 of them. Maybe it's even better than just 1 swift wolf as far as flying goes. So that's something to look forward to. Again, all of them require a full Klein Star Omega, and I'm pretty sure you don't get any of these items back, which, you know, you really wouldn't need them back. So that's something we've got to work towards. So, and I really can't think of much else besides, I mentioned I would like to create the Harvest Goddess band at some point, and I haven't created the Ring of Ignition, but I think pretty much I've covered almost all of the items. Oh, I haven't done the Zero ring, and then the well, there are some other rings down here. The Void ring is a combination of the black hole band and the gem of internal density, and I can't remember if it has any other benefits. other than that, just combining those two. So I probably won't create that. You can get the alchemical tome, which gives you basically every recipe, crafting recipe for equivalent exchange. It basically unlocks them all, so you don't have to worry about it. But by the time you can afford this guy, which you can see is extremely pricey, by the time you can afford it, you probably don't really need it. So that's kind of how I feel about a lot of these items. By the time we can afford the Infernal Armor, and all these guys, do you really need them? Probably not, because you've already got all the rings and so forth that go into making them. So, but still something to look forward to, and we'll shoot for it. And I might have to just do a lot of off-camera AFK and so forth to get it done. So once we have that armor, we feel like we've covered most of these rings. I'll probably call the series done. And for what few items that we haven't covered after that, I'll just leave it up to you to explore those. So anyway, for this episode, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and we'll let some more red matter build up. Let our client star. I had to bar the veer, right? Yeah, had to bar the veer for a second out of there to get enough EMC to finish off those 7 pedestals. So we'll try to get up to the maximum or close to it, so that so basically I don't have to wait around for these guys to get up to the point where we can fill up one of those omegas. So anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and as always, guys, I really appreciate you watching, and leave a like and comment. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.